Send me the shows. Yeah. And it's so refreshing because it's very difficult to turn on the radio today. First of all, there's no personality. Radio. Connie Francis seemed like America's sweetheart. She had 53 chart hits, sang in 15 languages, and earned millions of fans worldwide. But behind the smile was a woman living in terror. In 1974, something happened in a motel room that changed everything. Then in 1981, her brother was found shot dead in his driveway. By the time she died in 2025, she had been hospitalized 17 times and left behind a fortune that shocked everyone. The truth about what really broke America's golden girl will leave you speechless. She was born Conetta Rosa Maria Fernanro in Newark, New Jersey in 1937. Her parents were Italian immigrants, trying to make a better life during tough times. They lived in a tight-knit, mostly Italian neighborhood. Everyone spoke Italian at home and worked hard. From the time she was 4, her father made it clear that her life wasn't going to be ordinary. George Frankenro didn't ask if she wanted to be a musician. He decided it for her. He pushed her to learn the accordion, believing it could make her famous and bring the family success. He wasn't gentle about it. Connie practiced for hours with no room for mistakes. She performed in local clubs, weddings, and small events, often for little or no money. While other kids played, she was on stage trying to be perfect. Her father's pressure was intense and it left deep emotional marks. But that same pressure gave her the discipline she would later need to survive a brutal industry. In her early years, her family moved to Brooklyn, and that change brought something special. She lived near Utica Avenue, where Italian and Jewish families lived side by side. This mix of cultures had a huge impact on her. She learned to speak Yiddish from her neighbors and embraced their music and traditions. Later in her career, she sang in Yiddish and was loved by Jewish fans who saw her as one of their own. By her teens, she could speak 3 languages and had already formed a rare connection with different cultures. That skill would help her record songs in 15 languages and reach people all around the world. She was only 11 when she appeared on Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts. It was a huge national show that helped launch many careers. On March 8, 1948, she performed Daddy's Little Girl while playing the accordion wearing a dress her mother had sewn for her. The audience loved her. She won that night and returned to the show several times afterward. This was her first real taste of national attention. It wasn't just a lucky break. It was the result of years of practice, pressure, and determination. School was never something she ignored. Even while performing regularly, she was accepted into the Newark Arts High School in 1951, which focused on the arts and required auditions. She studied there for a year before transferring to Belleville High School, where she graduated as salutatorian in 1955. She was also active in student government and debate and was voted most likely to succeed. Even with late-night performances and exhausting practice, she still managed to excel in class. That balance of school and performance showed her ability to push herself beyond what seemed possible. Her real break didn't come from her voice alone, came from advice. Arthur Godfrey told her to ditch the accordion and change her name. He believed Conetta Fernanro wouldn't work with American audiences and she needed something easier to remember. So she became Connie Francis. That name change was more than cosmetic. It gave her a new identity, one that audiences could accept and one she could grow into. She later said that moment was when her career truly began. By 1953, at just 15, she joined NBC's Startime Kids. It was a national variety show, not some local broadcast. She performed weekly and learned how to handle live TV and constant pressure. She worked with future stars and earned her place through tough auditions. The show gave her visibility, but more importantly, it gave her experience and confidence. She learned how to deliver under pressure, how to smile through exhaustion, and how to perform like a professional. While some teens were dreaming of fame, Connie was already working in the shadows of. She became a demo singer in her late teens, recording sample songs that other stars would later perform and make famous. She was paid very little, sometimes just $12, but the experience was priceless. She sang in different styles and genres, sometimes recording dozens of songs in a week. She said those sessions were her real training ground. They forced her to stretch her voice, adapt quickly, and handle rejection without losing focus. Behind her was a family willing to sacrifice everything. In 1955, her father and manager pulled their savings to fund a professional recording session. They borrowed money and took risks most would never dare. But even then, success didn't come easy. Record labels turned her down again and again. They said she didn't have a unique sound. The rejections piled up and it nearly broke her spirit. But her father and manager refused to give up. Then something completely unexpected happened. The co-executive of MGM Records heard one of her demo recordings, a song called Freddie. His son had the same name, and he thought the song would make a nice gift. That's why she got her first record deal. Not because someone believed in her talent, but because of a name coincidence. It was a strange twist of fate. That one odd moment changed everything. Just 16 years old, Connie Francis signed a contract with MGM Records. It sounded like a dream come true, but it quickly turned into disappointment. Between 1955 and 1957, she released 9 singles and every one of them failed. The only slight success came with a duet that barely reached number 93 on the Billboard Hot 100. Behind the scenes, the label had already made up its mind. After her 10th song, they were